ሰላም ይብዛላችሁ ክብራትና ክብራን ቤተሰቦቻችን
Oh, with you, my life is so much better.
The reign of Emperor Tewodros II, R. 1855 to 1868, by Batayglut Imam History of Ethiopia for Grade 12 students. Emperor Tewodros was aware of Ethiopia's backwardness and made serious attempts to modernize Ethiopia, particularly because he wanted to build well-trained, disciplined, and well-armed national army. Tewodros was not solely interested in importing European manufactured goods. He rather sought firearms to be manufactured in Ethiopia by the Ethiopians. For this he wanted European assistance and wrote letters to Queen Victoria of England to send him skilled personnel. Unfortunately, Tewodros could not get a quick positive response from the British government for his request for British technical assistance. Disappointed by lack of response from the British government, Emperor Tewodros II took Captain Cameron, the British consul and European missionaries in Ethiopia as hostages and forced them to manufacture mortars in his gun foundry established at Gafat near his capital, Debre Tabor. Although the European missionaries had no experience in arms production, Tewodros forced them to manufacture mortars including the largest one which he named Sevastopol. Produced at Gafat still lying at Mekdela Amba. The British government tried to convince Tewodros to release European captives by sending Hormuzd Rassam promising that the British were ready to send him the skilled personnel he requested. Nevertheless, Tewodros was not willing to release the hostages. Therefore, in 1867, the British government sent a military expedition against Ethiopia led by General Robert Napier with a limited objective of releasing European captives. By 1867, the army of Emperor Tewodros had declined to 5,010,000 while the British force was composed of 32,000–40,000 men. In addition, the British had a marked superiority over the Ethiopian forces, both in military training and the quality of firearms. On the April 10, 1868 the British forces routed the Ethiopian forces led by Fittorari Gabrai at the Battle of Oroj. In this battle, the right-hand man of Emperor Tewodros, Fittorari Gabrai lost his life. The death of Fittorari Gabrai was a big blow to Tewodros. The British eventually stormed Mekdela. General Napier demanded the unconditional surrender of Tewodros. But Tewodros was not willing to do so. Emperor Tewodros II first released all the European hostages and then committed suicide on April 13, 1868 at Mekdela rather than surrender to the British. The British soldiers looted Ethiopian treasury at Mekdela. The forces under General Robert Napier also took Prince Alamayahu Tewodros and his mother and wife of the late Emperor Tewodros i.e., Itij Tirawork as captives and left Ethiopia. The death of Emperor Tewodros again led to the usual power struggle among the leading regional lords. Nevertheless, the objective reality of the period was quite different from that of the Zemina Mesafint. Tewodros has already made himself as a good model for his successors to keep the unification of Ethiopia. As a result, the powerful lords were determined to become emperor. Thus all the three powerful rivals, namely, Dihasmak Kasa Mercha of Tigray, Wagsham Gobzigabur Methin of Lasta and Menilak Haile Malikot of Shua, wanted to become king of kings of Ethiopia like Tewodros. Thank you Batayglut Imam Ethiopian Modern History.
Oh, with you, my life is so much better. Because I know you're there for me, whatever. Don't matter what we do, as long as I'm with you. I forget
ሰላም
about
ይብዛላችሁ
the world
ክብራትና
and all